Welcome again, everybody. My name is Martha Creek, and several months ago I saw artwork that was labeled Compassionate Louisville. And I began to weep when I saw it, and that day I declared that I would see to it that that artwork got painted on a wall in Louisville, Kentucky. And that's what I think has happened since our mayor, Greg Fisher, who couldn't be here today, he's out of town, declared us to be the most compassionate city in the world. Something happened in my soul. It broke open that day that I said yes to that, and I was inspired in a way that I have not been inspired in many, many years. And so that was a chance for me to go into action with what I believe being the most compassionate city in the world would look like. So thank you to the artist, Luckett Davidson. You'll get to meet her and hear from her in a little bit. And this is the demonstration of that, the wall that we're looking at today, and what it took to bring it forward here. A great deal of energy, a great deal of help, and you'll hear more about that as we go. And it's an honor for me just to be here and sharing this with you today. And I'm tickled beyond any words that we have our beloved Congressman John Yarmouth here with us today. He came and supported our Birth 2012 project in December, and without a doubt, he is the most compassionate congressman in Washington, D.C. And we are blessed to have him as a part of ours. And I'm just going to read this a little bit before you speak. He represents the 3rd Congressional District in our United States House of Representatives. In his 4th term, he was appointed to the Committee on Budget, on which he is the 3rd ranking Democrat, and the Committee on Education and the Workforce. He's been recognized for his work to improve education, to revitalize manufacturing right here in Louisville, and to advance economic security for all American families. Compassion. For the 113th Congress, Congressman Yarmouth is focused on reducing the influence of special interest on the elections, strengthening our nation's gun safety laws, and developing comprehensive immigration reform through legislation. After 4 years as our congressional leader on the Affordable Care Act, Congressman Yarmouth is continuing his efforts to ensure that every Louisvillian realizes the full benefits of what real health care reform is. Born and raised in Louisville, Congressman Yarmouth graduated from Atherton, where he served as student government president. He earned a degree in American Studies from Yale, and he and his wife Kathy have one son, Aaron, who graduated from Indiana University in 2006 and obtained a master's degree from American University in 2010. And besides that, he's the most compassionate congressman we have in Washington, D.C.
Well, thank you, Martha. Reverend Ray, welcome to Louisville. We're thrilled that you're here and you're leading such an incredible institution. This is what Louisville's all about, and I'm honored to represent not just the entire community, but this great church. You know, I always say government's the way we organize our responsibilities to each other, but that's not the only way we meet our responsibilities to each other. We do it every day here in Louisville, and organizations like Unity and many others make this the community it is. And Greg has not been contradicted yet in calling this the most compassionate city in the country. And I fully support that and agree with it. You know, having been born and raised here and spent virtually all my life here, I understand that what's very special about Louisville is its people. And people do. That's the only way you get compassionate, is through your people. So I'm just as excited as can be. I've known Luckett for quite a while. It's wonderful that she put her genius into the mural, so the people riding through this community and by this church on a daily basis can be reminded of what makes a community compassionate and what brings us together as not just a community but as a human race. So I'm thrilled to be here. I'm very proud to represent all of you and this community, and this is a wonderful event, and just will continue to reinforce the notion that when you're in Louisville, you are loved by a lot of people. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Lieutenant Governor Jerry Abramson was also invited. He was biking by here on the day that we were painting. So he asked all about what we're about and was also invited to the event, was not able to attend either. Our next speaker is Brenda Frank. Made it here? Brenda Frank here? Hi, Brenda. This is the most compassionate person in the mayor's office that I found during Birth 2012, and I'm glad to meet you finally, because you made that event that I did back then a miracle. So thank you, and welcome here today on behalf of Mayor Fisher. Thank you for coming.
Oh, well, I'm running late this morning because we had our pastor who was leaving our church, and we had to say goodbye. So, but this is truly, it's just the greatest thing that I think that's ever happened to Louisville since our Mayor Fisher and our Representative Yarmouth have gotten together and made this city what it really is all about. We know that our mayor, when he took office, one of his major initiatives was make Louisville one of the most compassionate cities in the world. And we definitely, I think, are on that road to do that. We had over 107,000 acts of compassion and volunteers this past April. That was 10% more than we had last year, 90,000. So we are really, truly working to make Louisville what we really need and know that it can be. And the more that we work together, the more that we bring things together like what's happening right here today, and as long as we can bring people together like you all, we're going to do nothing but continue to grow. And as long as we support our people who are in office, who really represent what we stand for, I think that we're on our road to nothing more than just continuing to be compassionate. And I appreciate your prayers and thoughts, and let's just continue to work together, and thank each and every one of you.
Tom Williams is who continues to represent Compassion to me as co-chair partner for Compassionate Louisville. And I'll just say this man's a miracle worker. And I'd say contradict me if you can. Tom, thank you for being here today.
Martha was responsible for the weather today, so she's... Well, thank you. We handed out the vision, mission, and values for Compassionate Louisville. Our mission is to nurture and champion the growth of compassion, and we want to keep that question in front of ourselves. What's compassion want for Louisville? And I continue to be excited when I see the Courier-Journal ask questions on the front of the forum page. You know, what is a compassionate community? It was on the, they talked about homelessness and Jeff today, and we want to keep asking that question. We know that we have more than our fair share of pain and suffering, but we also know that compassion's good soil for community. I know Congressman Yarmouth has mentioned it, the Mayor Fisher's mentioned this great new book, The Gardens of Democracy, and how we build community. It's not a machine, it's a garden. And we know that compassion is good soil for community, and we're so excited at Compassionate Louisville to encourage groups to make compassion their own. Unity has been just a flower in this garden. We are so delighted about your community's involvement with the Birth 2012. We do monthly town hall meetings at different venues. We were delighted to be hosted here. We're delighted to share your good news and to bring your artwork out to the community. We know you invite compassion into your hearts and into your sanctuaries, and we're so excited that you're bringing compassion out onto the streets as you do every day. So thank you very much.
The artist Luckett Davidson, and she has another piece of artwork that's looking for a wall in Louisville, Kentucky. So see her afterwards if that is yours to do. And thank you for seeing it and giving us a visual representation.
Thank you, Martha. Thank you to the team of volunteers who painted the drawings on the wall. They were this big. Now you see how big they are. And thank you to my friend Karen Abney who helped us blow them up. And to Tom and Kevin Connolly, who I worked with to create the ideas for the drawings. And it was a gift to me, a gift of joy, because as I made the drawings, I started to think about how I am as a compassionate person. And I believe that these drawings represent for all of us individually how we can live empowerment, how we can live intention and inclusion and awareness and understanding. What are those things in our daily lives? And I just am so thrilled to see these drawings on a wall. Wow.
Let me just, I failed to thank one person, and that is Al Klein, who's right here. Al is the administrator, and I'm an attorney, so words are sufficient for me, but Al kept saying, we need to have a visual depiction of the values, and Al was very kind. And we want to thank Doe Anderson for the Compassionate Louisville logo, and I want to mention to you that this whole initiative has been done on the goodwill of the community. We have no budget, we have no organization, we're working from people's hearts, and that purity of intention, I think, is a lovely thing to see.
And another shout out for Al. When Birth 2012, when I first had the idea, I called him in and said, I need this, and this. And he said, yes. And that's what he does over and over again. And as Luckett and Tom and others, the congressmen have alluded to, it took a lot of energy and time to bring this into the physical realm here, to manifest from the ideas, the dreams, the paint, choosing colors, weed eating, clearing a sidewalk, and things like that. And Porter Paint donated every speck of paint that's over there. So we have a representative from Porter here. Thank you for that, and all of our blessings to this. And what we believe here is you have put something mighty powerful in motion for yourself at Porter Paint. So we lift you up in that. And remember us, because we'll probably call again. Okay. On behalf of the many volunteers, Dave Kemp is going to speak today, representing the energy of the many volunteers that made this possible. So you know who you are. And from the bottom of my heart, I acknowledge you and ask that you acknowledge you, as Luckett said, that we woke up together to what compassion really means as we did this. Thank you, Dave, for coming.
Thank you, Martha. Real happy to be here. That wall has been waiting to be a mural since about 1957 when the expressway was built. And through the help of a lot of people, and I'd love to name everybody, but I don't want to offend anybody by missing names, we had a crew of almost 50 people at various times. We started on Memorial Day in 100-degree heat. We have painted in the rain, we have painted in the sunshine, we've painted in the cold. And very happy for all the people here. And one of the things I used to notice when I was a kid growing up, we'd come in from my uncle's house across the river and had a big sign up over Louisville saying, Gateway to the South. We're now gateway to the world. There's every major religion's practiced here, some 60 different languages representing 80 different countries. And the Dalai Lama probably said it best, when we stop thinking secularly through our brain and through our heart, wonderful things happen. And this mural is part of it. Thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of it. Have a great day.
There's refreshments here that's provided by Flavor Man that were specially created for us today to enjoy, so help yourself to them. And Rainbow Blossom gave us freezer pops, so donations from Rainbow Blossom to refresh us while we're here during the ceremony. And I'd love us together now unanimously, if you can. You've been given the attributes of Compassionate Louisville on a handout, if you can read from there or look across to the wall. And I'd love to close. Is there anybody that I overlooked? Anything to speak? Okay. Can we start with empowerment and get a sense of what empowerment is for you and what a world of empowered people would look like? What a city of empowerment people would look like. And let's say these together and hold that in our heart. And bless you, driver. You got to be the first to experience this big. Yes! That's what I mean. And for those media guys, if you're still here, that's how I know it's on the right street, honey. That formula right there. Okay, together, left to right. Empowerment. Intention, inclusion, awareness, understanding, abundance, hospitality, pay it forward, universally positive, social innovation, transparency, beautiful morality, compassionate Louisville. We are that. God bless you all, and may you go and show the world what compassion really is. Thank you for being here to dedicate the mural today.